Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I have had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
And then I did something.
Yes, you did. I checked my messages, and on March 23rd, 2025, I got this message from you. Can you please send healing to me? I've been in the emergency room twice this week because I have cramps in my heart muscle, but they can't find anything wrong. Tonight it came to me in a dream that I have a wall around my emotions. That's the reason to why I can't cry, and that my heart muscle is cramping is heartache. And as far as I'm not getting to those emotions, I can't process the grief from our broken marriage and divorce. The heart is telling me that I'm more devastated than the emotions are showing, and that plagues me from the inside instead of the outside. Could you please connect to me and give me healing so that my heart can heal its heartache? And then you send hearts and the praying hands. And of course, my sister and I, we just sure, let's do this. The fun part is that working with heart walls, that I call them, is a modality that I've been working with. So of course I thought, this will be a fun way to start seeing what's around your heart. And so I did. I tapped into your energy and I started looking into how many heart walls you have. And on average, a person has around 50 heart walls maybe in a life. And I found over 200 heart walls around your heart. And that made me really sad that a person would go through life with that many heart walls. And for those who don't know it, I see heart walls like thin sheets of plastic that's wrapped around your heart. And they're placed there to help you deal with pain, usually from some loved ones that does something towards you, and you shelter your heart from that pain. And so that, I see it as plastic. You can call it walls or you can see it however you want. But for me, I see it as thin plastic that you just place around your heart. And if you get too many layers of this plastic, the heart won't be able to beat properly and work properly. And you had so many walls around it. And I know I talked to my brother who lives in the States, and I said, well, she's got more than 200 heart walls. And he says, that's not possible. And I said, well, yeah, she does. And then he went in and muscle tested you, and he's like, yeah, she does. And I was like, okay, we have something to work on. And so I started to remove these layers from your heart. A few time because I didn't want to overwhelm you. I just wanted to take some away. So I worked on you for a few days, removing once or twice or 3 or 4. However, I felt your body would be able to handle to release at that time. So I started removing these layers around your heart on March 23rd, 2025. That's when I started. And then I worked for you for almost every day for a few weeks. And I remember I was working on you on April 7th. That's my late mom's birthday. And something happened inside of me. I just felt like I wanted to cry. And I just wrote to you, I'm curious if you feel like you want to cry. And if there are tears coming, just let me know so I know what was holding you back. And the answer that I got from you is, I haven't been able to cry for a long time. But I've had migraines and headaches since yesterday all day. And that was April 8th that I got that reply. But something happened a little later.
Yes, like my former sister-in-law, but still my sister, said, I really haven't been able to cry for many, many years. And I don't say that like, oh yeah, I cry when someone dies and if something happens. I really didn't. Because when I went to funerals, I couldn't cry. When something happened to my children, I couldn't cry. If someone was really mean or hurtful, I couldn't cry. When I got divorced, I didn't cry. Some people think that I'm cold, but I'm really not, because I feel all those things, but the emotion doesn't come out. So, like you said, and like I replied on that SMS or text message that you sent me, was that Well, since I haven't been able to cry for like 30 years, so I don't think that will come, but I have this tremendous headaches. But then the weekend after that, I was sitting at the breakfast table with my son.
I sent you that text on the 7th of April. And now we're getting to how many days later? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're talking 5 days later.
Yes.
Yes.
So she texted me in the beginning of that week, and the weekend after, I was having breakfast with my son, and I really felt this feeling that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to go out and eat breakfast, not do it at home, just go outside and eat breakfast. So I asked him if he wanted to go and have a breakfast with me, and he said no. And when he said no, I don't know why, but something really cracked inside me. And it's really silly, because if you ask someone to go to breakfast and they say no, it's like, okay, fine, we can stay in. But something cracked inside of me when he said that no. And everything that I have felt in 40 years just came rushing all over me. And it was really, if I would have been outside, it would have been really embarrassing, but now I was with my son, so it was just really crazy, because I started to cry. I really unbridled and sobbed for like hours. I cried and I cried, and I felt so lonely. I never felt so lonely in my life. I felt abandoned, and I felt really, really sad, and I cried and I cried and I cried. So I texted you back and I said, I don't know what to do. I've been crying for hours and I can't stop. But it was this liberated feeling to just cry, because I haven't cried for so long, and it was like all the emotions at once, and it was the best feeling ever. And after that, this is what's interesting, because of course I stopped crying. But the interesting thing, because at work, I work in a really high maintenance work. It's you have like hundreds of balls up in the air at the same times, and you always have to be alert, and you have to be on your toes all the time. And things happen all the time. People are mean, they don't mean it because everyone is so stressed, but people can say hurtful things, and I never really react on everything. But now, after that weekend, I went to work. It was difficult to keep the emotions inside. Like, I started to not talk back in a mean way, but before, I just took everything. It's like, okay, I fix it. Okay, I will do that. Okay, I will do that. But now, I started to say no. But also, I started to, my eyes teared up when I was in meetings and stuff happened, or someone said something. Oh, I started to react with my emotions, and that was so new. I was not used to that. So for me, I really couldn't recognize that. I didn't know how to handle the situation. So for me, that was not a sign at first that, wow, I'm getting healed. For me, that was a sign, oh, I'm running into the wall. I'm crashing. Now this is it. The heart muscle. Okay, that was just a warning. Now this is it. I can't hold my emotions. Because my eyes started to there were tears in my eyes during meetings at work. Can you believe it? Was really embarrassing. Yeah, and that's when it really all began inside of me, this big transformation that I have had during 2025.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.